In the city palace of Jaipur, the Maharaja's family is celebrating Holi, the festival of colors. 18-year-old Shvai Padmanabh Singh, known as Pacho, is hosting the event for the first time. His chef wants to prepare Indian delicacies in such a way that guests from Europe will be sure to enjoy them too.
Welcome to the Holi celebrations at the City Palace.
A family photo with grandmother. The Maharaja's father is a commoner. Royal blood only flows through his mother's side of the family. She is Princess Dia Kumari.
Maybe you with Pacho, or...
Pacho's grandfather and his Maharani Padmini Devi do not have a son, and only sons can inherit the title.
Yes, that's perfect.
Therefore, it's the grandson that ascends the throne after the death of the Maharaja.
Even Pacho when he was small, he was so shy, he won't meet anybody, he would just go and hide. But now, of course, it's a different... But when he was, you can click him.
Thank you.
Chef Chandravya Chavan, known as CV, has been thinking through the festival menu since the early hours of the morning. Will the European guests like coriander, deep fried in lentil dough? And what about the much-loved chilli fire? His restaurant is located in the middle of the Maharaja's city palace. If his little son wants to see his father so close to the Holi festival, he has to come and visit him at work.
He likes a little bit of spices.
Little bit. Not really.
To develop that taste, Indian taste, you need to have saring right now. Otherwise,
Not this one. Huh? Yeah, Mom. Bye.
bye.
The young Maharaja and two friends are on the way to the palace restaurant Baraderi to test the festival menu for its spiciness.
You try it first and see if it's... Because it has to be the traditional flavor, but not overly spicy.
I like it. For me, it's perfect. But given that we have so many foreigners coming in,
Well, as long as we have lots of bread and rice.
If you come to Jaipur, this is like the dish you try.
Okay.
The young Maharaja wants the celebrations to go on for 3 days. His American friend, Chris Miller, and the court jeweler, Samir, are helping with the preparations.
what are you going to wear for the party at your farm?
Well,
Or is it a surprise for all of us?
still thinking, maybe something royal.
The Maharaja is staying tight-lipped, but the theme for his holy party has been announced: Golden Times of the Maharaja. CV has made a dessert from glazed and fresh rose petals and rose water. He adds red beetroot mousse for a bit of color. He then purees it with amul cream, a hard-to-whisk Indian cream. Once it is frozen, it will be the perfect dessert for the city of Jaipur. The metropolis is also known as the Pink City.
Yeah, it's very romantic, you know. If you have to impress your wife, then you should know how to make it.
Ooh, what is that? That looks amazing. You've kept this away from never.
No.
It's one of the favorite dishes here.
Amazing.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. It's from candied rose petals.
We should have a lot of this.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of this.
No, it's incredible. It's the star of the restaurant. For sure. People are gonna love it.
It's probably the happiest and the most colorful day of the year. We're celebrating joyous times, times of victory and good times. So I'm really excited for the ceremony, and then obviously the next day, which is Holi, the playing day, when we all enjoy, when we all dance together, play Holi together. And it's my first time. I'm 18 years old now, so I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope all of us have a great weekend.
The Maharajas have no political power in India, but they guard the country's treasures. Chris manages the family's many activities. He makes sure the high-ranking guests are placed in the Raj Mahal, the old family estate.
Most of the motifs and patterns of all the wallpaper that's here are taken from designs and patterns that were painted on the walls and in different places around the city palace here in Jaipur, the royal family's residence, as well as the Amber Fort, which is where the family had lived before, moving to City Palace in 1727. So all of the designs you have here, I mean, they've also, of course, changed things a little bit or made it a little more dramatic or something, but all of these designs are inspired and taken from those motifs. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you doing? I've just come to check out some of the rooms that the royal family asked me to see for...
Let me take you and I'll show you the rooms that were assigned for them.
Okay, thanks.
Chris is installing the VIP guests into the 300-meter square Maharaja suite. The hunting-themed hallway is in the colors of Jaipur. There's a personal dining room, a living room, and space for the private butler.
Perfect as always. Add some tuberose for to give a nice smell, and maybe turn on the fountain once the guests arrive.
The suite has 2 bedrooms with marble ensuite bathrooms.
If you can organize maybe a ice bucket with champagne and a couple of glasses.
Absolutely, we'll get that over
for the evening when they come, and just have that ready along with the fruit tray that you do normally.
Today, the old estate boasts 13 suites and guest rooms.
Okay, fine, thanks.
Pleasure.
There is little calm on the evening before the big celebrations. Is the approaching spring full moon causing a change in the weather? The next morning, the storm has passed and all is calm. Only a cooling breeze remains. CV has a long shopping list. The spice market lies in the heart of Jaipur's old town. Its pink sheen can be seen only in the evenings. The typical Indian spice mix is called masala. Everyone has their own masala mixture. It changes for every meal and event. Cinnamon, cumin, cloves, and almost always nutmeg petals. CV is very particular about the amount of chili for today. He doesn't want his European guests to have steam coming out of their ears. His final request is a little risque. Bhang is a hemp product with an intoxicating effect. It can only be purchased legally just before the Holi festival.
I'm looking for the dryness, the smell, and the strongness if I make it. And I mix in the batter. I need to know the quantity which I'm going to put in. Kitna hua? Thank you very
Bang is a part of the Holi festival, just like Polo is a part of Jaipur. Which is why Padshaw wants to start the celebrations in the Polo Club with a tournament. The club is his second home. He was already winning trophies when he was 15. In the audience is Padshaw's father.
Look at him. Come on.
He's also a polo fanatic.
Oh, goal, 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 goal. Goal!
The red team doesn't stand a chance. Padshaw gets 11 of the 16 goals. Polo is not a harmless sport. In most games, a player hurts himself taking a fall.
When I play with him, I don't care. You know, sometimes we play together, sometimes we play against each other. And that time I don't care about this accident. But when I'm sitting here in the pavilion watching him playing, my you know, going up and down, very scary. Very scary. It's quite a dangerous sport.
In the kitchen, the chefs are doing a dry run in preparation for tomorrow. How much ginger, garlic and chili should go into the bang pakoras to level out the hemp?
So what we are putting in bang pakora today?
To make sure their pakoras don't cause an overdose, the chefs note the amount of ingredients very precisely.
Ginger, 6 kg cabbage,
6 kg. Yeah.
green chili, fresh coriander,
and bhang powder.
600 grams. This is too much strong.
So how many packs do you expect? 400 or 450?
400.
So let's get down to 450 and let's make pizza for that.
Yeah. स्पेशल होली पे बनाते हैं. होली के सेकंड डे दुलंडी पे लोग इसको एंटरटेन करते हैं, दुलंडी खेलते हैं साथ में और काफ़ी टेस्ट अच्छा होता है. खाने के बाद थोड़ा सा नशा भी होता है.
Chef Ranjit is a favorite of Padshaw's grandmother and has the role of preparing the pakoras for the Festival of Colors. He uses coriander seeds and red chili powder and makes a dough from chickpea flour and water. He deep fries the walnut-sized pouches in hot oil.
You can use only vegetables and gram flour and some spinach and green spring onions. You can make vegetable pakoda mix nice.
Today, the light version without hemp is being served in the Polo Club. Padshaw's father is particularly enjoying the food after all the excitement. Polo is an important tradition for the Maharajas. In 1957, Padshaw's grandfather won the World Cup for India. The family has continued to produce world-class players.
Here you see my grandfather, late Bhavani Singh Ji, with Prince Charles playing in England. And Prince Charles' two sons, the Prince William and Prince Harry. So I've been playing a lot of polo with them in England. So, you know, it's 3 generations that have been playing together, which is... I'm going to play the World Cup playoffs in May in Iran for India. It's my first time playing for the country. And you know, I'm hoping we do well and maybe, history repeats itself.
The court's jeweler, Samir Kasliwal, lives in Jaipur's jewellery street in a 170-year-old palace.
Dad, what do you think should I wear for the party? I'm wearing this black jacket. I think green would look very good on black.
This is an interesting piece.
Golden times of the Maharaja. Samir is still looking for the right pieces for the party's theme. The Kasliwals have added to the city's shimmer since Padshah's ancestors built Jaipur. They are still one of the most exclusive jewelers in the world and have the appropriate clientele.
You cannot give a value to these pieces because it's really impossible to, as I said, to replace it. So I won't be able, even if I want to, I won't be able to give you a value for this piece. You're looking at 87 carats of emerald in the drop, more than like 40 carats in the single pieces in the square shape in the emerald cut. So it's literally impossible to give a value to this one.
Samir is the 8th generation to run the business, and his father Sanjay likes to help out. The experienced jeweler still needs to advise on the final touches.
So, Dad, I was thinking of wearing this turban pin.
That's a good choice.
So I was thinking of wearing with the turban pin this green one. What do you think?
The turban pin I like because it's 40 carat Golconda diamond to 20 carat Golconda diamonds. They're emeralds, but I would prefer this because it's from the same period as the turban pin, because it's from 1785, which my father bought from the Maharajah of Baroda. So you don't find old mine emeralds this size anymore, so I think this will be more spectacular.
This is it.
And these are all pearls from the Basra Gali.
Okay, I think I made up my mind. I think this is what I'm going to wear tonight for the party.
In India, unlike other countries, sometimes the king wore more jewelry than the queen.
This was the whole idea behind it. And, of course, we gave to our friends, Jampala's jewelry, so it was really, really fun to see them. It was a tough competition between women and men.
The exquisite pieces are already on show on the first evening of the great celebrations. The European guests feel like they're stepping back into colonial times. Only the young Maharaja has not dived into his jewelry box. His mother, Princess Diya Kumari, glows in a gold-embroidered red gown. Otherwise, the royal family is stylishly understated.
Your Highness. Your Highness, thank you. We need to play this,
CV has set up a field kitchen behind the house and is already preparing the appetizers. Dough balls filled with caramelized onions. He's still holding back on the spiciness of the dishes. He wants to ease the guests and their taste buds in gently.
This dish is a Rajasthani snack, which we have during the daytime. But I've made this dish with a little bit of twist with caramelized onion and mozzarella.
With some chutney and coriander sauce. Padshah has found his favorite food, lal mas, an age-old recipe from Rajasthan that the Maharajas used to eat during the hunt.
My grandfather used to cook it himself really well, and I learned how to cook it as well. So it's it's something that we save for like special occasions, and we serve to international guests, and it's something really unique about Jaipur and Rajasthan.
It's already early morning when Pacho makes his way home. The city is preparing itself for the big party. For the young Maharaja and his grandmother, the Festival of Colours is a welcome break from the usual palace protocol. Even the strong caste system in India seems to be forgotten for a brief while.
Every kind of person is on an equal kind of, aesthetic, and we all celebrate together, and that's the whole spirit of Holi. Look at that.
Breaking taboos and intoxicating foods, it's time for the mind-enhancing pakoras to be served. The Holi festival makes it all possible.
The special food is bhang. It's an intoxicant, and that is very special of Holi.
Happy Holi! Happy Holi! Happy Holi!
CV is preparing Pacho's favorite dish, lal mas. The Maharajas used to take wild boar with them on the hunt. CV is using lamb. This time, he doesn't have to hold back on the flavor. At the main Holi festival, everything should be traditional. And that means ghee.
It was only for the royal family which they used to use it. The other people used to use the mustard oil. The mustard oil gives you more flavor to it, but this will give you more richness to the dish.
Aside from the eager selfie takers, the official ceremony in the courtyard of the city palace is exactly as it was 100 years ago.
I'm very proud about it, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure, to carry myself in a certain kind of way. And people look up to you as role models. That's obviously there, but I take it in a very happy, sort of in a very positive kind of manner.
The triumph of good over evil. This is the main message of the Holi. The fire symbolizes this victory, and everyone can take it home.
It catches fire really quick, so you've got to get rid of it as soon as you can, but no, it wasn't frightening.
In the kitchen, mustard oil and lard are being flash fried for the lal mas. CV can already tell from the aroma when the spice combination is just right.
So at that moment in time, you have to be very quick. It's like seconds in which you have to add everything in it, and then you have to add the other ingredients. And before they burn, you have to add the onions so that it can bring the temperature of the oil and the clarified butter down, and it can get golden fried color. We can get a golden fried color to it.
Chili, ginger, garlic paste. Unlike others, CV does not like to use tomatoes in his lal mas. This time, he adds a little more chili powder. This evening, the high-powered guests are mainly coming from Rajasthan. Sometimes, the grandmother and the young Maharaja are still honored like sun gods. They consider themselves as the custodians of the age-old customs and cultural treasures. Doves have been known to emerge from decorated pots. There were once stuffed camels and peacocks. That's a little too much even for the traditional young Maharaja.
So he is the one who insisted that we do it very traditionally. So actually he's the main brain, I mean he's the one who did all this.
I'm sure he'll, follow in his ancestors' footsteps and he'll make us all very proud of him.
The powerful families of Jaipur will continue to keep an eye on the young Maharaja. Thanks to his team and his family, his premiere has shown that he has mastered every pitfall of protocol.
The argument in favor of being young is the fact that you grow into it and it's like the Queen of England. She was crowned when she was really young. So I sort of can grow into my position. I sort of can work towards deserving it one day, or not just being handed it to you or anything like that.
But tomorrow, it's off to the polo pitch.